Hi everyone, it's Amy here from the blog I Think Therefore I Teach. So you're about to start college in September and you're considering the different courses on offer there. This video is about why you should consider doing religious studies, philosophy and ethics, because it's maybe not the course that you think it is, and it might offer more to you than you actually realise. Now, I am clearly biased because it is my subject and I've taught the subject for the past 10 years. So I went straight to my students and I asked them, what would you like to learn about the subject before you started, and how do you feel about the subject now? And so I'm going to go through a number of factors to consider before you dismiss religious studies, philosophy and ethics. First of all, I do teach the OCR spec, so the exam body is OCR, which might differ for the college that you are about to go to. So double check what exam board they use, and second of all, check what religion they study. We study Christian thought, you might do Islamic thought, you might do Hinduism, so do check the world religion as well. So this video is going to be based upon the OCR exam board spec. It's also going to be based on the Christian thought elements. So the first thing that you might wish to know is what the course actually consists of. Now, there are a number of topic areas, but they're broken mainly into three sections. You have your philosophy, you have your ethics, and you have your Christian thought. And so within philosophy, we do a range of different arguments from the Greeks right through to the moderns, and you look at individual people or perspectives. So you might look at people like Plato, he's one of the Greeks. You might look at the teleological argument and the different names in that, like Hume or William Paley. And then what you will do within that is you will explore them, you will evaluate them, you will find out about their arguments. This is a completely new subject. Within the ethics section, this is more the discussion and the debate element. We link it to things like euthanasia and business ethics. And so this is where you apply ethical theories like utilitarianism to different topic areas. You then have the Christian thought. Now you might think, oh, heavy on the Christianity, it's still a religious disqualification at the end of the day, but you might think, actually, I'm not that interested in learning about a world religion. This isn't about what is the inside of a church, what do the different denominations argue. No, this is about how can Christianity survive in this day and age? How does Christianity link with things like feminism, Marxism? This is looking at the ideas of ancient people like St. Augustine, who's influenced the Catholic Church, or their views on the death and the afterlife. And so these are really interesting topics. We also look at people like Bonhoeffer, who went against the Nazis. And so the topics aren't just about what are the Christian practices. This is about how can Christianity survive in today's society, and looking at the different elements there. The second thing that you need to know is how religious is linked to other subjects. Now, it's one of those subjects that isn't a standalone subject. You don't just learn about one area or one thing. This is a subject that goes with so many different subject areas. It links with law, because a lot of the philosophers we look at have influenced the law system. We look at law and ethics, for example. Law will study something called the Socratic method. This comes from a philosopher, Socrates. You have links to history, you have links to psychology with psychologists like Freud. We learn about William James and religious experience. It links to sociology, it links to business studies, because we look at the business and ethics. So there are so many subjects it links to. Within religious studies, you also learn a number of transferable skills. A transferable skill is a skill that you can use in many other subjects or many other degrees or jobs in the future. And so one of the transferable skills that you will work very hard on developing is your essay writing. And so if you are doing essay-based subjects such as your English language or your English literature, philosophy will really help with that, because we learn how to structure an argument, introduction, main paragraphs, conclusions, how to develop that evaluation, that critical analysis. These are extremely important skills when it comes to degree level. And so philosophy, ethics and Christian thought, it isn't about learning about different elements, it's more about the skills that you will learn that you can then write about in things like your UCAS statements. It's qualities that universities do look for in their students. We also work on arguing skills as well, how to evaluate, how to establish an argument and an opinion, justifying your reasons why. These are all very important skills for any degree at university. And so we spend a lot of time focusing on how to write these, how to develop these within religious studies. Now, when I ask my students what they would like to have known about the subject or how they would describe the subject. They used a number of words. There was a number of words that came out, such as interesting, surprising, engaging, mind-opening. This is really the core of what the subject is. It's a surprising subject. You'll be surprised by how much you enjoy it. It is engaging. The material is interesting, it's different, it's unusual. It really does engage with you as a learner. It makes you a better learner because it is about those skills. It's not just about learning about other people. It's not just about learning different arguments or different cases. This is about how you are as a learner, how you are as a thinker, how you see the world, how you see other people and the interactions you have with them. It's how you question things and how other people question things and how you learn to see things from other people's perspectives. Philosophy, ethics, Christian thought is a very, very powerful subject. It really will change the way that you see things and the way that you think. It's not like other subjects where it is black or white, there is a right or wrong answer. This is about getting off the fence, you arguing a perspective, you arguing whether something works or doesn't work. And so in that sense, you cannot get it wrong. You can get the names wrong and you can get the people mixed up. But as far as getting off the fence and saying, actually, I think that really works, that's what you need. And so this makes you a better thinker and a better overall student. Some of the drawbacks the students did mention was there is a lot of writing. There is a lot of writing involved, I have to admit that. There is a lot of work. There are a lot of topics as well. And so there is opportunities to get them confused. However, you can overlap the topics, that is fine. But you can get your different names sometimes confused. And that just takes revision, that just takes time, and that just takes practice. A final point that one of my students said was that it is hard work. The subject is hard work, but it is extremely rewarding. This is a subject you will get an awful lot back from. If you really give yourself to this subject, you will learn more than you will ever imagine learning on this course. So to quickly summarise, why should you do philosophy, ethics and Christian thought religious studies qualification? You should do it because you will learn more than you ever imagined. You will enjoy it more than you will ever expect. And you will become a far better learner, a far better thinker from taking part in this subject. You do not have to have a religious faith. You have to have an open mind. You have to have an interest and you have to be inquisitive. There are so many jobs that philosophy, ethics and Christian thought supports. You can go and do PPE at university, politics, philosophy and economics. It links in with these ideas of if you want to be a doctor. And so we look at ethics or nursing or going into the armed forces. This subject works with so many. Journalism, law, it works with the argument technique. This subject moulds to most jobs and most opportunities, and that's why universities recognise it as a qualification, because they know it's not just that you have learnt about philosophers, they know you have learned skills that are absolutely essential to do well at university and to do well in life. You will become a better thinker, a better learner and a better individual from doing this subject. But of course I am biased. I hope you found this video useful. If you do have any comments or questions, please just pop them underneath and I'll try and respond as quickly as possible. Otherwise, if you do like what you find, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks very much everyone. Bye.